Hey guys, Kevin here. A pretty sunset over the lake. Found a beautiful lake today. So, I haven't been doing much speaking for a few days, and I've had a lot of things on my heart. A lot of things I've been dealing with. Family, who am I? Who I have left behind, and it's really made this journey so tough. I have a 27-year-old son who was born with cerebral palsy and had guardianship of him. And I've had to leave him with his mom, which has been good for them. Also, as I'm out here, I'm probably going to lose that guardianship. And I know I'll still be able to see my son, but I don't know when. And it's been really tough. Went through a lot with him. He was born premature and was without oxygen for an unknown amount of time. And he struggled for quite a while. He was behind with most things in life, compared to other kids of his age. And a lot of things he caught up on as life went on and grew out of. And it seems like when he started, it took him forever to learn things, but once he got it, it was overnight. I think he and I are alike in a lot of ways. I know we are both stubborn in a lot of ways, and we do things, we do things at our own pace. Sometimes we don't learn things for a long time. Sometimes it just takes us a little longer. And I've learned so much through him. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories. And I'm just really happy that he's doing well. He's being taken care of well. He's with his mom. And she's been without him for quite some time, and she's needed him as well. It's a big change. It was unexpected. And things just started falling apart, and here I am. Sometimes things in life have to be let go of, even if for a certain period of time, in order to discover yourself and put pieces back together where they should be, more in alignment with where they should be. For me, that was the case. It's been tough. But I'm here today. I'm getting through this. I wanted to share this because maybe some of you out there going through something similar, and to know that tomorrow, today is here, today is gone, today is done, but if we focus our thoughts in the right area, tomorrow can be better. The problem is it's kind of behind. You're all up in your thoughts yesterday, and that follows you into the following day. And when you don't have your spirits held high, it's hard to come back from that sometimes. So try not to stay down. If I get knocked down, I try not to stay down very long. I know it's getting dark. It's pretty sunset. But I'm still here, guys. I'm still going. And I've had a lot of other people in my energy lately. And it's my own fault for letting them in. It's kind of like where and when do I draw the line to protect my energy? And so that's something I've been working on for quite a while, and it's because I'm having a hard time letting go of the things in my life that I love. And some of them may not have loved me back, and maybe they did in their own way, but it wasn't good. It wasn't all good. There were good things, there were good times, and I will miss them. I get to reflect back on, and helps get me through sometimes. It seems like I've been on my own for quite a while now, and I get in my head a lot. I'm learning to try not to do that by following my heart. But it's still really hard to do sometimes. And when you open that door and let others in your energy, that's when it can really spiral. I tell myself I don't do this on purpose, and I justify it in many ways. I think they need help with this, and they need help with that. And who am I just to pick up and leave? And so it's been really hard at times. But the truth is, I was not respected there. Not by my family, not by my friends, not by my parents. And this all boils down to their society and they have to hold secrets. For the life of me, I don't see how anybody holds secrets and it not just completely destroy you inside. And that's one of the things that saved me, keep me from immersing myself into that society, because looking back into that, I can see how if I would have, and I could have easily been there, I would have become less and less true to myself. And I would be bound by secrets. And I don't think that my chakras could handle that. I've spent a long time now trying to clean my energy and battling with this spiritual warfare in my head. That's where it all comes from. It's in our mind. There are others around you that will influence you as well, but it's really mainly it's all about your thoughts, your influence on yourself. We have to be in the right place, not hang out in the dark places. As a great friend of mine likes to quote Bugs Bunny, "Don't go down there, it's dark." And you can get caught trapped down there and may not make it back. But it's really easy to get there, let yourself to go back down these rabbit holes and wonder what you should be doing, excuse me, and how you could do better. I came to the conclusion that no matter what I did, I could not live happily amongst a society that refuses to speak the truth. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't always truthful. I grew up in this society and subjected myself to everything. Everything's not just black and white. There are a lot of good things, a lot of good people where I come from, and they have bound themselves to this way of living, though. It keeps them from being authentic. Without authenticity, we have no truth. Without truth, we don't have each other. It may look like it, feel like it at times, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that I miss, happy moments. Family can be uplifting, and I had a loving family, caring family, but that love and that care only went so far. It did not go outside of the circle. And that's a trap. It's a circle of lies, and when you get in it, most can't get out. And I've seen it ruin a lot of people. I've seen it hurt a lot of people. Even kids, especially kids. My family were all good people, guys. They're, and they still have so many great qualities about them. And I love them dearly. But if I'm to live there with them, I can't be true to myself. Um, and they all knew that. They knew that I wasn't playing along with the games that were there. Um, and that's what set me apart. I didn't know at the time that I wasn't meant to be there. I wasn't meant to join in. I was meant to be set apart. But that could have happened to me real easy, and it happens to many. They get involved with these secrets and they get drugged down. They get themselves in deep and they can't get out. They don't want to face themselves. And that's really what all this is about. It's about being able to face yourself and deal with yourself. And I'm not perfect by any means, and I don't claim to be. But I've spent a lot of time sitting with myself, facing my demons, and allowing them to surface and just examining and releasing. This is the process that we must go through to if we want to improve our lives. And it's tough. And for some of us it can take years. I lived with this for many years and can't expect to change overnight. But what it comes down to is we have to stand in our truth, or we're going to lie to each other. And you start making compromises, and these little compromises they lead to more, and then eventually you're in so deep you can't come back out, can't face yourself. That is one thing that I was able to do. I've done things that I have regretted, and I've apologized to others for hurting them, and some I haven't. But I became willing to make those amends when needed, and that's all it takes. That's the main thing. I've learned this in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, which has also saved my life. I was an alcoholic for most of my life, and things I've learned in these rooms are you can't learn anywhere else. What it comes down to is like-minded individuals who come together to help each other for a common purpose. And they do recover. I'm living proof. So if any of you guys struggle with alcohol, drug addiction, which I have all the above, get into these rooms. That's where you're going to find your sovereignty. It's a good place to be. I've kind of got my own little room here where I come to help as many people as I can. Kind of been the same way. You may not be an alcoholic, but you may have a living problem, and that's what I discovered that I had once I quit drinking, drugging, and sobered up. I learned that I had a living problem, and that's what it was all about. And the living problem was from living in an environment that I didn't agree with. And it got to where I couldn't agree with the things that I did on a daily basis and accepted. So I masked that with alcohol, drugs, food, whatever it may be, whatever brings comfort. We become empty inside when we can't be true to ourselves and others. And that's where these addictions come from. Some days I need reminders from others that I'm on the right path, doing the right thing, because it doesn't always feel that way. It feels like I'm letting people down by letting them go, and it's not easy. So, but it's not easy, but we can do it. I love you guys. Hang in there. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to try to incorporate in your day some of the things that you enjoy, that light your spark. Because ultimately, that's what's going to save you. And for years, I tucked these things away. And I got to a point where I wasn't living, wasn't happy. Everything seemed like a fight. My wife, she would pick random fights. And why, I still don't know to this day. It was almost like she didn't want us to be happy. And I'm not trying to single her out. I'm just being real here. This goes on with many people in their lives, in their marriage, and with their family. And when we care for them, which if you're watching this, you have a big heart, you care for others. We get caught in a trap because we don't want to let them down, and we don't want to fail ourselves or others. So we stay there trapped and we fight. That fighting does no one any good. It brings more of the same, and it keeps you trapped. I had a house I had just built a big living room on, many acres of land. I loved it there. I enjoyed being on the land, and it's hard walking away from all that. Really hard. So, we're human. We need We need reminders. We need help along this journey. If we're going to better ourselves, ultimately, in order to better anyone else, you have to start with yourself. And I'm just here to tell you that you can do it. Just keep going. Keep believing. Keep hoping. Most of all, find that inner child that you buried, that you hid, and let him come out and play. Let him show you what your likes and desires are again. Because when we get in a place where we're unhappy and we're fighting all the time, and we lose sight of everything that's good for us. And when that happens, it's just like I said, it's like going down the dark hole. Sometimes you may not come back from there. You know, it may take you a long time if you do. Just be conscious of that. These are things I'm dealing with on a daily basis, and hopefully they can help someone else along their journey to know that you're not alone. There are ones out here that love you, care for you, and will help you. Stay true to yourself. Don't start down the rabbit hole of secrets. Once they get a hold of you, you may not make it back. I love you guys. Bye for now.